I'm going to show you how to solder a Dean's connector. I'm using a jigs up. Put it in the side right here. The flat end here is the negative. So that'll be the black wire. Do a little bit of tint here on the negative side. A little bit of tint down here on the positive side. Okay. Strip my wires. Do a little twist. Tint the wire. These Dean's connectors come in like a clear color now. They don't come in this red any longer. So I'm going to start with the positive right down here on the bottom. You may need to use needle nose to hold it in place because the wire does get really warm. You got to hold it in place while it dries. Cures. And then I'm going to do the black. You got to be careful if there's a battery on the other end because you can't have your wires touching. These Dean's connectors have been around for a long time. They're not as easy to solder as the more current connectors. But we've been using them for I don't know how long, over 30 years, so. Put a little extra solder on here. Let it dry. Looks pretty good. That side doesn't. Put it back in the jig. Takes a little bit more time to solder these. You want to take your time and do it right. Okay. Now to put your shrink tubing on, the best thing to do is let it cool down a little bit, because once you get your shrink tubing to about right here, it's going to start shrinking. So unless you're really fast and you know it's going to slide on there really quick, you may want to take your time. And you can use a shrink gun if you have one to do your shrink tubing. It's pretty tight right about here. I'll show you what I do when I get to that. Take my needle nose, spread it out just a little bit. I'll slide it on. This is a thicker wire. When these connectors were invented, people weren't using this thicker wire. Okay, if you don't have a shrink gun, you can use a lighter. Voila.